On the 503rd day of the war in Ukraine, the fighting was mostly concentrated in Bakhmut front, with Ukrainians making small advances on the northern part of the front line. In Kremina-Svatove front, where Russian forces are slowly improving their tactical positions in the forest areas north of Serebianka, as well as in the Zaporizhzhia front, when Ukrainian forces, despite the losses, continue to slowly push Russians out of the heights between Robotine and Verbove. Today, the Ukrainian army carried out a powerful attack with HIMARS and Storm Shadow missiles against several Russian targets in the cities of Tokmak and Berdyansk. As a result of the missile attacks on the command post of the Russian army in Berdyansk region, the Russian general Oleg Tsokov, deputy commander of the Southern Military District, was killed. Russian forces suffered heavy damage as their positions near Robotine were heavily hit by missiles from the Ukrainian HIMARS and Grad systems. In Bakhmut front, yesterday we reported on the advance of the Ukrainian troops in the area south of Rozdolivka. Today, reliable Ukrainian sources confirmed the advance of the Ukrainian troops and reported that this advance has continued even further towards the Russian positions in the stronghold of Yakovlivka. At the moment, the Ukrainian forces are said to be less than 4 kilometers north of Yakovlivka, and it is expected that in the next few days, the Ukrainian offensive in this area will further intensify with the arrival of the 92nd Mechanized Brigade, which is one of the most experienced units of the Ukrainian army. In the northwestern part of Bakhmut, Ukrainian sources reported that the Russian forces located in the village of Dubovo-Vasilivka continue to take offensive actions against their positions in Grigorivka. These actions of the Russian army seem to have the intention of distracting the Ukrainian forces from their offensive on Berkivka. Or it could be that the Russians want to take control of this important node of the supply lines of the Ukrainian troops who are operating in the northern part of Bakhmut. In the Primifica front, there have been no changes regarding the front line, but according to Russian sources, we are informed that the Ukrainian forces are consolidating their control in the areas north of Ryutne, very close to the village. Ukrainian forces are establishing defensive positions in the areas of the forest belts that they cleared last weekend from the presence of the Russian troops. According to Russians, after securing the areas north of Ryutne, the Ukrainian forces will most likely attack from two directions in a pincer move, attacking both the west and northeast, since they have also solidified their control in the areas between Ryutne and Staromayorsk. Russian sources say that a major offensive is expected in this direction in the coming days and that Ryutne is the main short-term objective of the Russian forces. In Zaporizhzhia front, the advance of the Ukrainian forces is difficult and slow, but it seems that regardless of the losses, the Ukrainian forces have reached the heights between Robotine and Verbove, where heavy fighting was reported yesterday and today early in the morning. During yesterday's attacks, the Ukrainian forces suffered heavy losses, losing at least 6 armored vehicles during the battles in the hills northeast of Robotine. However, it is reported that even after this blow, the Ukrainian forces have resumed their attacks over the area, and for now, it is not yet clear which side is in control of the heights, which are marked in yellow in this map. In Carson front, Russian sources reported that the armed forces of Ukraine continue to hold the bridgehead near the Antonivsky Bridge. According to them, the Ukrainian army continues to increase the number of troops by passing small groups of soldiers across the river using small high-speed boats. It is reported that the Ukrainian command continues to keep active the artillery and air defense in this area, and recently has increased the presence of their air forces in the area to cover their troops on the ground. According to Russian sources, the Ukrainian forces are not only active in this area, but are also increasing the activity along the Juniper River. As reported by Russians, Ukrainian forces operating in this area will be visited by the Major General Ihor Tansuria, commander of the Territorial Defense Forces. So perhaps in the coming days we might have some new events here regarding the Ukrainian offensive actions across the Dnieper River. That's all for today's video. Please don't forget to help the channel grow by liking the video and subscribing, And also for those who want to support the channel, you can visit my Patreon page. Thank you.